Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And we're underway. Who do you, Jim, see making a difference here?
Well, Peter, the man of the moment in every sense of those words is Marcus Rashford.
Bruno Fernandes! Vieira. Rivaldo. Oh, nicely intercepted. Nuno Mendes. And it's Mendes. Now it's Cruyff. Now, can they get him away? And he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
It's Lewis! Oh, it's fallen kindly here! It's in!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, listen, last line of defence, and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. And he welcomes it in. Shoots! Rodri. And Mendes. Kukçu. Yildiz is onto this. Crunching tackle. The ball is loose and the chase is on. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Yildiz, played in with purpose. Shapes to shoot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Ambitious ball here. That is ended up in no man's land. Chance here to counter. Cleared away. Now it's Puskás. Now it's Yildiz. Nuno Mendes. Now it's Yildiz. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And here's Bruno Fernandes. He's cut it out. Threads one in. Costa Curta gets over and intercepts. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Benfica are behind here, despite their domination of possession. Pass somewhat off target. He's found the way through. Chance! Well, that has not gone well. Kukçu.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Yildiz, he's got away. Expertly cut out, really nicely done.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Can he get it through? Some resolute defending there. Rivaldo concedes a free kick for that. Now, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Ruben Dias. Costa Curta. Nuno Mendes. Ruben Dias.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Hakimi. Ruben Dias. Yildiz. Bruno Fernandes. Kukçu. Looking for options for movement. Yildiz. Crossed into the box. Referee's given a throw. Cruyff. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Knocks it into space. Costa Curta. Nuno Mendes. Kukçu. It's a pretty loose pass. Cannavaro. Kukçu. And it's Mendes. And he's being shifted off it. Shot could Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, special! That is a crucial goal. Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And this is getting better and better. You don't keep those outs. He knew, he just knew.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
And the first 45 minutes are up. How would you review the first half?
Benfica really should be thinking about killing this off early in the second half, Peter. The boss will be demanding the same level of intensity from his team, so I'd expect to see the same positive intent after the break, the same purpose again.
And we're off again.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it, try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Can he finish?
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Hakimi. Now it's Puskas. Puskas. Oh, good spread. Back into the middle. Big chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, good-looking ball. Well timed, excellent interception. Cannavaro. Rashford.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
Cross needs to be... He rises! Harmlessly behind. And they win it back again. Now it's Yildiz. Now it's Cruyff. Now it's Kukçu. Nuno Mendes.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
He is through here. He's had a shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
A case now of complete control. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Yildiz. And it's Kukçu. Yildiz. And this is Puskas. And the finish! Sticks it away! Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
Cambio de jugadores en España. El dorsal 21.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Serán sustituidos.
So, just a consolation, or is there a way back from here?
El dorsal 24.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Spain clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Hakimi looking to get on the end of this. Oh, that's a key interception. Kukçu. And Hakimi. Ruben Dias. Bruno Fernandes. And Cruyff! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
And the shot! Now, oh, he's been caught napping, and again! Oh, should have put that away.
And how decisive might that prove, Peter? It really would have put the wind in their sails if they were just one down, as opposed to two.
Cambio de jugadores.
It's a good ball out wide. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. In! And that would have won it.
Well, his movement has certainly picked up. He's got that decisive goal on his mind.
Good take, and is that a chance? Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And that's a real chance missed. And we have our very first corner. And he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. And now they can spring out of defence. That looks a good ball through. It's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Hakimi kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Gnabry tries to play it through, floated through. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. And that's put paid to a promising move. Now it's Dani Olmo. And there's green grass ahead of him. Goes for a shot! Could be danger here. And he's quick to get it clear again. Nicely weighted ball. Dani Olmo tries to pass it through. And this is Ronaldo. And Owen! Fantastic from Michael Owen! A finish right from the top draw. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, entry via the post is at the widest possible point, which means a keeper is well and truly beaten.
Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. So now the difference is 3. And the number on the board is 3. Played back in. Decent chance!
Oh, that is rather wayward.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Benfica cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable, who simply brushed them off. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic, and they were ruthlessly exploited, and deserved to be.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So off we go then.
I think it's only right for me to respectfully acknowledge Fabio Cannavaro as being a little giant.
Yeah, not the tallest of centre-halves, but amongst the most commanding.
Yeah, and whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for in other areas. Anticipation, timing and tactical intelligence, they're all top class.
Ruben Dias. And it's Lopez. And he's intervened well there. Dani Olmo.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Well, that has not gone well. Yildiz. And the pass is intercepted. He's a sharp little ball here. Mbappe, chance! It's bounced back off the post. Goal, Milan! He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Kukçu. Yildiz. Passing is crisp and sharp. Yildiz. Oh, good spread. Now it's Rafinha. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Raul. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Decent chance! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Hakimi. Benfica are behind here, despite their domination of possession. Nice-looking ball. That's beautifully weighted. He is through here. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Yildiz.
Benfica are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Oh, that's well spotted. Ruben Dias. And they've got a throw. And it's Serginho. Good read, needed to be. Kukçu. Pass somewhat off target. Distributed tidily.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Now it's Mbappe. Vermin. Now it's Yildiz. Now it's Haaland. Now their chance for a shot! It's there! Benfica are back in business!
Yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in. Both needed to be timed to perfection, and they were.
Benfica grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly...
Dani Olmo! Oh, it's come off the upright. Look at big chance! He's done very well to get to that.
Mbappe really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Haaland. Alexander-Arnold. Costa Curta kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Now it's Cruyff. Knocks it into space. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. It's a promising position. And he's made sure that's not getting through. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Vermin. Benfica finding their passes. It's a pretty loose pass. Now this could be a chance. Now he's got space here. Mbappe looking to add to his goal. Not the most accurate pass. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Looking for the run.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Goes for a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Mbappe is offering a right smile there.
Milan have their second corner now. Shoots! Goal! Milan! And they're back in front. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Ruben Dias. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Oh, perfectly measured that. Yildiz. No way through. And here's Rafinha. Mbappe. It's gone all the way through to the keeper. And we hit half-time. So, engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. And neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Benfica can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Now it's Cruyff. Kokchu. Now it's Rafinha. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Yildiz. Great vision. Rafinha has it out wide and in space. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Now, can they get him away? They're back in possession and ready to go again. Can he get on the end of this? Kokchu. Yildiz. Aims beyond the defence. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. No, that's been intercepted. Kokchu. Still they trail, and time is ticking away. And he's picked out the run. And the finish! Good hit, kept the keeper honest. Now it's Rafinha. Well, nicely intercepted. .60 minutes played. That's a nicely shaped ball. Oh, that is a nice touch. Oh, it's a mighty effort! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Ruben Dias does really well to win the ball there. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Played back in. Oh, that's a fine interception.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest...
And the shot! It's a goal! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. You don't keep those outs. He knew, he just knew.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
Substituição para o Benfica. Número 10.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Milan go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
I wonder if the manager is tempted to go for another and really kill the game off completely. I, for one, think he should now.
Yildiz.
Ibrahimovic. Número 18. Número
And it's
25.
Mendes. And here's Ibrahimovic. He has a look up.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Kukçu plays it short. Milan are looking to go forward now. Chips it through. Now it's Rafinha. He's got away. Mbappe. Cannavaro. Mbappe. And he's straight offside. And he cuts out the supply. Played out to the right. Chance, surely! It's in! That is so good. Such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Está a acontecer uma substituição.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, they'd just be praying that one more chance.
And the shot! He should have put that one away.
Well, for me, he seems to be playing with a lot more zest now. He does look the most likely to grab that second goal cushion.
Cruyff. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't.
Benfica really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need. Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
He's in space and looking for options.
Benfica really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Savinho is in a really good position out wide. That's a decent clearance. That's a promising run he's making on the right. And he's got his cross in. Casillas deals with that nice and simple. So that's it. It is all over. Benfica were involved in a great game here, unpredictable in so many ways. But in the end, they fell just short. Effort unrewarded. Your final thoughts, Jim? Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Well, there's the man we're all here to... And Puskás! And it's a goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
That was easy, almost too easy.
There was a distinct lack of pressure there, Peter. It was a good finish, but it was made easy.
Cruyff! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Cruyff has taken on too much there. That isn't one of the areas he thrives on.
He's a sharp little ball here. Mbappe! Oh, super! And the finish! They've done it! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
Shapes to shoot! It's there! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
Barcelona go into the lead.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Now he's off and running. Now it's Puskás. Botman kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily.
Pretty robust defending.
And he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Nuno Mendes tries a cross. Cruyff finds himself offside. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Nuno Mendes with the cross. Good read, needed to be. And he's heaved it away. Played out wide. Aimed beyond the defence. Hangs one in. Xabi Alonso clears it away. Can he finish? And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Vitinha will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Oh, he's been flattened there. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Nuno Mendes. Yildiz. Cruyff. Upamecano has given away a free kick. And he's going to have his name taken. It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this. Upamecano spots it and intercepts. Barcelona could counter here. Great vision. Brilliantly cut out. Keeper's got good distance on that. And he's intervened well there. Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Puskás. Pass is just off target. Looking for the run. Hakimi. Ruben Dias. Costa Curta. And it's Vitinha. Now that looks a decent ball. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Locatelli. Benfica finding their passes. Looking for options for movement. Upamecano gets it away. Neymar. That has been slung wide. Neymar.
That's positional goals, the utilisation of space.
That should be the goalkeepers, and it is. Bruno Fernandes. Vitinha. And it's Mendes. Threads one in. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
De Bruyne. Locatelli. And it's Locatelli. Goes looking wide. Succumbs to the pressure. Ball is over the line. And that'll be the final action of the first half. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. And we are up to the break.
Well, give me a moment to get my breath back. What a super half of football. Incident-packed, goals, comebacks, and the match being turned on its head. Which way it's going to go from here, it's anyone's guess.
Está a proceder-se a uma substituição.
And the action is back on the way.
Benfica really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
And the pass is intercepted. Mbappe!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And we have our very first corner. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Puskás. And that's put paid to a promising move. Off the post! Hazard with the foul. Well, that's a booking, always looked it. Costa Curta. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Nuno Mendes. Now it's Yildiz. Now it's Cruyff. And there's green grass ahead of him. Look at the space here. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Andrich gets rid without sophistication. Well, they are still trailing, and they require a change of fortune pretty sharpish. Yildiz. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. And Puskás! It's there! It's level again! What a match we have!
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. So all square, and not for the... Great chance! Oh, it's hit the post! And it's Locatelli. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Mbappe is onto it in a flash. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Locatelli. Played back in. Oh, nicely intercepted. Hazard can so cleverly bypass the press. Bruno Fernandes. Puskás. Hakimi. And that was nowhere near his best. Now this could be a chance. That has ended up in no man's land. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Costa Corta. Vitinha. Yildiz. And it's Mendes. Can he get on the end of this? Yildiz receives it in a wide position. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Azar. Now it's Mbappe. Passing is crisp and sharp. Vardiol has it out wide and in space. Here comes the... He's got Tool! Denied by an instinctive save.
Rice clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Half an hour gone in the second half. Oh, that is asking for trouble. And he's running through. Oh, he had to make that, and he tries a shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And that was very necessary.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Vitinha. Now who's going to be first to this? And this is pushed. Cruyff! Oh, should have put that away.
Well, we could be headed for a scenario in which next goal is the winner. That chance could have been it too.
Substituição para o Benfica. Número 10. Número 17. Número 20. Vão dar os seus lugares a número 9. Ibrahimovic. Número 13. Número 7. Vamos dar lugar a uma substituição.
That has earned a reprieve for the time being. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now. They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Ibrahimovic. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. And it's Cruyff. Kukçu. Tries to pass it through. It's run loose here. Oh, what has happened here? Oh, somewhat off target. Van Dijk. Vardiol gets it away. Time added on will be 2 minutes. And he's picked out the run. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other. But it wasn't to be, and they're all square. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Benfica certainly had some good moments, Peter. There were plenty of encouraging spells that more should have been made of.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.